A name that once lit up the screen, now a marker in stone, a crypt wall, or a family plot. Remembered for the laughter, comfort, drama, and the kind of presence that makes a show feel like home, let's take a look at the famous TV show stars and where they were buried after death. Carroll O'Connor died June 21, 2001 at the age of 76. He can be remembered for portraying Archie Bunker on All in the Family, a 13-season sitcom show. The performance could be claimed to be a part of what shaped American sitcom culture for a generation back in the 70s. After he died, he was buried at Westwood Memorial Park, Los Angeles. Peter Falk died June 23, 2011, age 83. He was buried at Westwood Memorial Park, Los Angeles. He played the titular character Lieutenant Columbo in the TV show Columbo, bringing a rumpled coat, a sharp mind, and an unforgettable detective style to television. Mary Tyler Moore died on the 25th of January, 2017, at the age of 80 years old. Buried at Oaklawn Cemetery, Fairfield, she is remembered for redefining the modern TV heroine through The Mary Tyler Moore Show and for a career that made warmth, wit, and independence feel effortless on screen. Richard Harrison, the steady, blunt anchor of Pawn Stars, died on June 25, 2018, at the age of 77. He was laid to rest at Palm Memorial Park Northwest, Las Vegas. He was part of something monumental that showed how everyday history can live in ordinary objects. Bob Crane died on June 29, 1978, at the age of 49. He was buried at Westwood Memorial Park, Los Angeles. He played Colonel Hogan on Hogan's Heroes, a familiar face of classic TV comedy. Doris Roberts, from starring as a secretary in Remington Steele to playing the tough and funny matriarch in Everybody Loves Raymond, Doris Roberts brought a sharp warmth and perfectly timed delivery to a modern sitcom staple. Eventually, she died on the 17th of April, 2016, at the age of 90. She was buried at Westwood Memorial Park, Los Angeles. Rod Serling died on the 28th of June, 1975, at the age of 50 years old. Buried at Lakeview Cemetery, New York, he is remembered as the creator and iconic host of The Twilight Zone and as a writer who used television to ask hard questions about fear, power, and humanity. Tim Conway, buried at Westwood Memorial Park, Los Angeles. Tim Conway died on May 14, 2019, at the age of 85. He is remembered for his role on The Carol Burnett Show and decades of TV comedy. Jonathan Harris died November 3, 2002, age 87. Buried at Westwood Memorial Park, Los Angeles. He played the role of Dr. Smith on Lost in Space, a signature performance from early sci-fi television. James Garner died on the 19th of July, 2014, at the age of 86 years old. Buried at Forest Lawn Memorial Park, Los Angeles. He is remembered for the easy charm and steel he brought to television through Maverick and The Rockford Files, and for a career built on quiet confidence. Donna Reed died January 14, 1986, age 64, buried at Westwood Memorial Park, Los Angeles. The Donna Reed Show and a long career that helped define classic American TV families. Richard Dawson. After he died on the 2nd of June, 2012, at the age of 79, Richard Dawson was buried at Westwood Memorial Park, Los Angeles. He served as a longtime host of the TV game show Family Feud, with a style that made game show television feel personal and fast-moving. June Foray died on the 26th of July, 2017, at a very old age of 99 years old. Buried at Westwood Memorial Park, Los Angeles, she will be remembered as a pioneering voice talent whose characters like Cindy Lou from The Grinch Who Stole Christmas and Granny from the Looney Tunes show became part of childhood TV for generations. Don Knotts, best remembered for his role as Barney Fife on The Andy Griffith Show, a comedy performance that never stopped being quoted, unfortunately died on February 24, 2006, age 81. He was buried at Westwood Memorial Park, Los Angeles. Ed Asner died on the 29th of August, 2021, at the age of 91 years old. Buried at Sheffield Cemetery, Kansas City, he is remembered for the steady gravitas and humor he brought to Lou Grant on The Mary Tyler Moore Show and Lou Grant, and for becoming one of television's most honored performers. Ava Gabor died on the 4th of July, 1995, at the age of 76 years old. Buried at Westwood Village Memorial Park, Pierce Brothers, Los Angeles, she will be remembered for bringing elegance and sharp comedy to television, especially as Lisa Douglas on Green Acres, and for her voice work in The Aristocrats. Farrah Fawcett died on the 25th of June 2009 at the age of 62 years old. Farrah Fawcett was buried at Westwood Memorial Park, Los Angeles. She is remembered for becoming a defining face of 1970s television through Charlie's Angels and for a screen presence that shaped pop culture far beyond the show. Regis Philbin died on the 24th of July 2020 at the age of 88 years old. Regis was buried at Cedar Grove Cemetery, University of Notre Dame, Indiana. He was well known for his tireless television presence, best known for Live with Regis and Kathy Lee, and as the original host of Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. John Ritter died on the 11th of September 2003 at the age of 54 years old, buried at Forest Lawn Memorial Park, Hollywood Hills, Los Angeles. He is remembered for his comedic timing on Three's Company and for the tenderness he brought to later roles that made him feel like family to viewers. Michael Landon died on the 1st of July 1991 at the age of 54 years old. He was buried at Hillside Memorial Park Cemetery, Culver City. He shaped generations of TV storytelling through Bonanza, Little House on the Prairie, and Highway to Heaven. Fred Rogers died on the 27th of February 2003 at the age of 74 years old, buried at Unity Cemetery, Pennsylvania. He is remembered for Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood and for speaking to children with a gentleness that made millions feel safe, seen, and valued. Bob Saget, the beloved TV father on Full House and a comedian whose warmth often surprised people who only knew him from sitcoms. Bob Saget died on the 9th of January 2022 at the age of 65 years old. He was buried at Mount Sinai Memorial Park, Hollywood Hills, Los Angeles. Matthew Perry died on the 28th of October 2023 at the age of 54 years old. Buried at Forest Lawn Memorial Park, Los Angeles, he is remembered for Chandler Bing on Friends and for a performance that made sarcasm sound like comfort to a generation. Alan Thicke, father of the Blurred Lines crooner, died on the 13th of December 2016 at the age of 69 years old. He was buried at Santa Barbara Cemetery, California, the steady center of growing pains, and as a familiar TV presence whose voice and timing carried across decades of entertainment, it was a true tragedy when he passed away. Bob Barker died on the 26th of August 2023 at the age of 99 years old. Buried at Forest Lawn Memorial Park, Los Angeles, he served as the long-running host of The Price is Right and for turning daytime TV into a ritual that felt like a shared household tradition. Gavin MacLeod died on the 29th of May 2021 at the age of 90 years old. Buried at Forest Lawn Cemetery, Cathedral City, from Murray Slaughter on The Mary Tyler Moore Show to Captain Steubing on The Love Boat, Gavin MacLeod was a true professional. Dawn Wells. Dawn Wells died on the 30th of December 2020 at the age of 82 years old. Buried at Mountain View Cemetery, Nevada, she played Mary Ann on Gilligan's Island. Jack Lemmon died on the 27th of June 2001 at the age of 76 years old. Buried at Westwood Memorial Park, California, he had quite a towering screen career and enduring presence across generations, with performances that kept him close to audiences through decades of film and television. Walter Matthau died on the 1st of July 2000 at the age of 79 years old. Buried at Westwood Memorial Park, California, he had a career that was wholly defined by his dry wit and unmistakable presence, and for screen performances that carried his style to television audiences as well. Michael Landon died on the 1st of July 1991 at the age of 54. As Charles Ingalls, he became the universal TV father, strong when he had to be, gentle when he could be, and always trying to do right by his family. He turned frontier hardship into something viewers could see themselves in, which is why his image still feels like comfort to millions. He is buried at Hillside Memorial Park Cemetery in Culver City, California. Dick Van Patten died on the 23rd of June 2015 at the age of 86. As Tom Bradford Sr., he was the calm center of chaos, guiding 8 children through the storms of family life with patience and wry humor. He made TV fatherhood feel imperfect but deeply loving, and that humanity turned the Bradfords into a household viewers wanted to visit every week. He is buried at Forest Lawn Memorial Park in Hollywood Hills. Esther Roll died on the 17th of November, 1998, at the age of 78. As Florida Evans, she was the unshakable center of good times, showing dignity and strength in the middle of economic struggle. She refused to let the character become a stereotype, insisting on honesty and depth, and that insistence reshaped the entire show. She is buried at Westview Cemetery in Pompano Beach, Florida. John Witherspoon died on the 29th of October, 2019, at the age of 77. As Pops in Friday and its sequels, he became a generational comedy figure, loud, unfiltered, and somehow still completely lovable. His timing, facial expressions, and one-liners made him the kind of performer audiences quoted long after the credits rolled. He is buried at Forest Lawn Memorial Park in Hollywood Hills, California. Bernie Mac died on the 9th of August, 2008, at the age of 50. Playing Pastor Clever in Friday was just one stop in a career that made him a legend in stand-up, film, and television. He brought a larger-than-life energy that still felt grounded, like someone you might actually know from your own neighborhood. He is buried at Washington Memory Gardens in Illinois. Tom Bosley died on the 19th of October, 2010, at the age of 83. As Howard Cunningham, he became another classic TV dad, a man trying to keep old-fashioned values alive while the world and his kids changed around him. He grounded the show's more outrageous moments with a steady, believable warmth. He is buried at Holy Sepulchre Cemetery in Alsip, Illinois. Don Knotts died on the 24th of February, 2006, at the age of 81. As Barney Fife, he created one of TV's all-time great comic characters, overconfident, nervous, and heartbreakingly sincere. His physical comedy and timing turned every scene into a masterclass in how to be ridiculous and lovable at the same time. He is buried at Westwood Memorial Park in Los Angeles. Annetta Corsaut died on the 6th of November, 1995, at the age of 62. As Helen Crump, she brought intelligence and calm strength to Mayberry, not just as Andy's love interest, but as a working woman and teacher. Her presence helped the show grow up a bit, adding emotional nuance to the sheriff's story. She is buried at Valhalla Memorial Park Cemetery in North Hollywood. Will Geer died on the 22nd of April, 1978, at the age of 76. As Grandpa Zebulon Walton, he was the wise, mischievous elder, full of stories, affection, and a deep connection to the land. His warmth made the mountain home feel like a real place where generations leaned on one another. He is buried at a small family plot in Santa Monica. Ellen Corby died on the 14th of April, 1999, at the age of 87. As Grandma Esther Walton, she embodied the strict but loving matriarch, a woman shaped by hardship but still fiercely protective of her family. Her real-life stroke, written into the show, made her later appearances even more poignant. She is buried at Forest Lawn Memorial Park in Glendale, California. Ralph Waite died on the 13th of February, 2014, at the age of 85. As John Walton Sr., he was the hard-working father who carried the weight of the Depression without breaking his spirit or his love for his family. He made quiet endurance feel heroic. He is buried at a cemetery in Virginia, close to where he lived. Larry Linville died on the 10th of April, 2000, at the age of 60. As Frank Burns, he gave the show its perfect comic antagonist, petty, jealous, and rigid, yet somehow never completely beyond pity. He turned insecurity into a character study that audiences still remember decades later. He is buried at Forest Lawn Memorial Park in Hollywood Hills, California. Harry Morgan died on the 7th of December, 2011, at the age of 96. As Colonel Sherman Potter, he brought warmth, authority, and a deep sense of quiet empathy to a wartime comedy. He felt like the kind of leader everyone wished they had, tough when needed, but always aware of the cost of war on the people under his command. He is buried at Forest Lawn Memorial Park in Glendale, California. McLean Stevenson died on the 15th of February 1996 at the age of 68. As Henry Blake, he made the commanding officer role loose, funny, and heartbreakingly human, especially in the way his exit shook television history. His final storyline remains one of the most emotional moments ever aired on a sitcom. He is buried at Fort Rosecrans National Cemetery in San Diego. Roxy Roker died on the 2nd of December 1995 at the age of 66. As Helen Willis, she was part of one of TV's first prominent interracial couples, bringing warmth, wit, and quiet strength to every scene. Her character helped push television forward simply by existing and being fully human on screen. She is buried at Woodlawn Cemetery in New York. Carroll O'Connor. Carroll O'Connor died on the 21st of June 2001 at the age of 76. He anchored the series as Chief Bill Gillespie, a lawman who looked immovable at first, until the cases, the town, and his partnership with Tibbs forced real change. What made him unforgettable was the balance, stubborn authority on the surface, and a bruised kind of conscience underneath. After his death, he was buried at Westwood Village Memorial Park Cemetery in Los Angeles. Howard Rollins died on the 8th of December 1996 at the age of 46. He took on Virgil Tibbs, originally made famous in the 1967 film, and made the TV version feel lived in, controlled, brilliant, and constantly aware of what the room was really saying. Rollins played Tibbs like a man carrying two weights at once, solving murders and surviving the town's politics with his dignity intact. After his death, he was interred at Woodlawn Cemetery in Baltimore, Maryland. Lois Nettleton died on the 18th of January 2008 at the age of 80. As Joanna St. John, she brought something the show needed, emotional heat that wasn't about a case, but about personal history, desire, and consequences. Even in a short run, she made the character feel like someone who had already lived a whole story before the audience met her. After her death, she was buried at Westwood Village Memorial Park in Los Angeles, California. Dan Biggers died on the 5th of December 2011 at the age of 80. As Dr. Frank Robb, the coroner, he was one of the faces that made Sparta feel real, because in a murder investigation world, the coroner is where the truth becomes physical. Biggers played those scenes with steadiness, like a professional who had seen too much to dramatize it. After his death, he was buried at Westview Cemetery in Atlanta, Georgia. Red Fox died on the 11th of October 1991 at the age of 68. As Fred Sanford, he helped redefine TV comedy, bringing nightclub edge and timing onto network television. His mock heart attacks, quick insults, and chaotic warmth turned a junkyard into one of the most iconic TV locations of all time. He is buried at Palm Memorial Park in Las Vegas, Nevada. Hugh O'Connor died on the 28th of March 1995 at the age of 32. As Lonnie Jameson, he represented the younger side of the Sparta department, serious, loyal, and determined to be more than the town's expectations. His presence still hits hard because it felt honest, a good man trying to hold himself together inside a job built on pressure. After his death, he was buried at Pierce Brothers Westwood Village Memorial Park and Mortuary in Los Angeles, California. Jim Backus died on the 3rd of July 1989 at the age of 76. Playing Thurston Howell III, he turned a millionaire stranded on an island into one of television's most memorable comic characters, pompous, helpless, yet somehow endearing. His voice work and comedic timing made every scene feel effortless, even when the jokes were absurd. He is buried at Westwood Village Memorial Park in Los Angeles, California. Eddie Albert died on the 26th of May 2005 at the age of 99. As Oliver Wendell Douglas, he played a lawyer who traded New York for farm life, spending every episode trying to make sense of a world that refused to follow logic. His straight man performance anchored the surreal comedy around him, making the absurdity feel real. He is buried at Westwood Village Memorial Park in Los Angeles. Forrest Tucker died on the 25th of October 1986 at the age of 71. As Sergeant Morgan O'Rourke, he brought swagger and scheming charm to a cavalry fort full of misfits and comic chaos. Tucker's energy and comic presence turned a supporting role into one of the show's anchors. He is buried at Forest Lawn Memorial Park in Glendale, California. Sebastian Cabot died on the 22nd of August, 1977, at the age of 59. As Mr. French, the British butler raising 3 orphan children, he brought warmth, dignity, and gentle humor to a role that could have been stiff. His portrayal showed that caregiving didn't require blood relation, just patience, kindness, and showing up every day. He is buried at Westwood Village Memorial Park in California. Nicholas Colasanto died on the 12th of February, 1985, at the age of 61. As Coach Ernie Pantuso, he played the bar's gentle soul, forgetful, kind, and endlessly supportive. His absence was felt so strongly that the show had to acknowledge his memory directly, cementing his place in TV history. He is buried at St. Anne's Cemetery in Cranston, Rhode Island.